Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Memory Garunga. Thank you very much if it's your first time watching, and if you are golden oldie, I am so grateful to have you back. It is because of you guys that I keep this channel going, and even if there is some kind of inconsistency, you still love me and you forgive me, and I'm appreciative of that. Not without rambling too much, I just wanted to dive into today's topic. I want to talk about parenting. Yeah, I know this is not going to be a topic about, but before we go into the topic of today of parenting, I want to celebrate myself and I just want to show off a little bit. 2 weeks ago or some time back, I decided to up my YouTube game and just invest in better gadgets. And I got myself a mic, two mics, and the box looks like this. Got myself this mics, and it is so the transmitter stays in here in the middle and the mic stays the mics look like this. In the other one, I hope it's on. I have it on here, and this one is not on. So once you put it on, then there's a green button there that lights on, and you charge it here. You charge the mic, and you also charge the transmitter. It's a Bluetooth mic. So if I can read here on the package it says that it's a plug and play. So I can plug it in and then play it. I can stand away from the transmitter for approximately 20 meters and you can still get the reception. That is just what this mic does. If I go to the bathroom, you'll still hear me. If I go in my room, you'll still hear me. It's precise audio. You guys can hear what I'm talking about right now. And it's clear timbre or timbre, high sensitivity and wide compatible. So yeah, I've invested in this one. I didn't buy it in Namibia. For those ones that will ask me, I ordered it. And if you want a mic like this one, you can just highlight me. I can probably put in an I can put in a order for you guys, and then we are good to go. So yeah, I've also heard women say that Namibians are not investing in their gadgets, and most of them are just using phones. Yeah, I have seen. I tried even selling cameras, but then people are not comfortable with buying vlogging cameras. And Namibians just content with filming their content with some of them, not all, with their phones. But then there are those ones that are also doing it with cameras and stuff like that. That's a topic for another day. Today we are just gonna talk about parenting. I am a mother by birth and by also marriage, and by no choice that I became a mother. No choice meaning that some responsibilities were left for me to take care of. That's where I also became a mother. So, parenting has been one of the toughest jobs or toughest things that I had to do. And yeah, I'm not saying that I'm the best parent, but I'm trying my best every day to be the best parent that I can be. And I pray to God that He would help me. I have been to a seminar, marriage enrichment seminar, and then I've learned few of the things about parenting, and I just want to share those with my people. I hope that if you have got an input also you can put it in. And one of them, and number one, accept your responsibilities as parents. Ooh, child, in Namibia, we are not accepting our responsibilities. We'll give birth to children, we'll give those children to our parents, or the fathers would run away and the mothers would be raising the children alone. running away from responsibility. That is just too much, and that is what most of the men does. So we should learn to take responsibility. Number two, we should bond with our children. We think that having children, just leaving them at home and having a nanny that would take care of our children is the only thing to do. But our children also need us around. Our children need us to bond with them. Sometimes just taking them, giving them hugs, sometimes listening to their stories, what they have to say, and what is bothering them. That is what the children needs. We need to bond. In order for you to bond with a child, you need to have several conversations with a child. So there are ways of bonding. Talk with the child, play with the child, and not just wait for the child to grow older for you to do the bonding. Yeah, as I was saying, don't just wait for the child to grow older for you to do the bonding with the child. Start bonding with the child while the child is still young, and then the bond will grow as you grow with the child. That is very, very, very important. That is one thing that we neglect as parents. Create atmosphere of encouragement by drawing the lines. Like sometimes we are just nagging our children and scolding them. Yeah, you did this, you didn't do this, you are like this, and you are not like this. We are not creating an atmosphere that is encouraging for our children. We are only just portraying blame or shifting blame to our children, telling them who they are not or who we want them to be and all that stuff. But we are forgetting to encourage them. But encouraging them to do things that they are good in, there should be a line. If you see that your child is good in dancing, don't just allow the child to dance the whole night throughout. Give them boundaries that from this time to this time you're supposed to go dancing, and then you come back and take up other responsibilities, because remember, children are also having responsibilities the same way we have responsibilities. They also have responsibilities, and we are here as stewards, and we're supposed to guide them. And if we don't guide them, these children are not going to be best adults. I have seen that Namibia, the way Namibia is, the gender-based violence and stuff like that, it's because of the absence of the parents in the children's life. The children does not have their parents around, and then children are raising literally themselves for them to be able to do things. And sometimes children, since they're children and raising themselves, they make mistakes and they don't know what to do, and they only do what is best at that time for them. And yeah, girl, you say that this child is wrong for doing all those mistakes that they did, but we never guided them, and we never also draw the lines for them. Number four, model Jesus to them. This is a very difficult one. I don't know, as a Christian, I'm speaking this from a Christian perspective, that I believe that no one can do nothing without Jesus. We have to do everything and all the things that we are doing with Jesus and for Jesus. And we need to show that example to our children. If we want our children to be children of Jesus, we need to be parents of Jesus, to model Jesus to them. I don't know if it's making sense. But if you want your children to go to church and you are not going to church, these children are just going to get confused. If you are smoking, for instance, and you are telling your child that you're not supposed to be smoking, and you are standing and smoking, that don't do what I do, but do what I say. No, the children learn, like especially some of us that are in education knows that the children learn through what they see. You have to show them, even for in order for you to teach them how to write, you need to show them first. You need to write to them, and then they would write it on again. But then if you're not writing, they will never write. So children see, and then they model. If you're, like, for instance, my daughter, I like doing makeup and stuff like that. My daughter imitates me. So if you are always praying, if you are modeling Jesus to your children, then your children will follow Jesus' path. But if you are modeling other things to your children, bruh, your children are going to follow those things that you are following or that you are showing them. Establish godly values. You see, like, every person has to have values. You as a parent have to have your values which you live by, and you cannot just live haphazardly anyway, anyhow you want. Today you are a Muslim, tomorrow you are a Christian, the other day you're satanic, the other day you're atheist. You can't be living like that. You should have values that you live by, principles that you follow. And it basically says that it should be godly values that would direct your child. Because I'm not looking down on any other religion that is there. But one thing I know is that a form of moral education or a form of moral guidance that is there keeps a child insane and keeps the child responsible for their actions. But if there is no values in place, there is no responsibility, there's no principles in place, obviously there is not going to be any moral accountability, or I don't know how to put it. There's not going to be moral responsibility for this child. So we should have godly values. What are godly values? Love your neighbor, love your parents, be a good child, be disciplined, be obedient, honor thy father and thy mother. You see, do not steal, do not murder. All those things are godly morals, that are the godly values. So you should teach them. Do not just expect. Most of the time we are expecting, especially with me, when my children were asking a lot, I was like, why are these children asking a lot? I didn't know that the children ask because they don't know, and I need to break it down to them. If I don't break it down to them, then obviously this world is going to break it down to them, and the way that the world would break it down to them, I might not like it. So it is just best that you, as the parent, breaks down the values to them, and what you expect your child to be, and how you expect your child to be. You portray. If the mother likes twerking around, the daughter will also most probably be twerking around. But if the mother is a prayer warrior, then this child will imitate you in the house cleaning, or in the house playing around. This child will be praying, "Riba basheke bahanterebo, riba." The child will be imitating you. So if you want the child to have good values, then you just show them. Add value to your child. You see, add value. Adding value to your children simply means that value is already there. The value is there. God created the value in this child. You just need to add on. Especially this child is probably having, like the previous example that I've made, this child is probably having talent of dancing. This child can dance very well, and now you are here discouraging the child. You're not supposed to dance, and dancing is for the devil. Especially us that are born again mothers. It's the devil's work to dance, and you're dancing to the worldly music and blah blah blah, all those things. Instead of changing, okay, where are you dancing? Who are you dancing with? What are the moves that you do? Have interest, and then pay even for lessons. If you think that the place where he's training is not the best place, take him to the better place where this child can be trained. Add value to the child's life, and then be dream big. Number 7 is to dream big for your child. Most of the time, we are just there as police officers of our children. We are telling them, do this, do not do this, do that, you did this wrong, all those things. But we're not dreaming big for our children. Like, just remember that first time that you saw that baby, that child, when this child was just a little baby. You saw this baby and you had so many dreams that this child is going to grow up and this child is going to do what. And as you had those dreams, this child started growing, blossoming. And then as this child is growing, you're still having those dreams. But along the line, you start losing the dream. Please to go pick up the dream where you left it. Dream big for them. Pray for them. And dream big, pray on the dreams that you have for your children, because the Bible says that John 10:10, the devil came to steal, kill and destroy, but God came to give life in abundance. God cannot just come and give us life if we have not asked for it, if we are not claiming for it. So we need to take ownership for our children's sakes. Don't underestimate the Lord's work in them. I love this one, especially. Like most of the time when a child comes and they just talk weird stuff. Like there was a time my child came to me and asked me, like, "Mom, he's 4 years old, Kingy boy." You guys know Kingy boy, the OGs know Kingy boy. Kingy boy went like, "Mom, is dead the love of your life?" And you would be like, who is teaching this boy these things? There is a reason why this boy would stand up and say like that. And it's probably God that is just trying to remind me of, like, is this really the love of your life? And then, because sometimes we forget and we start going on with life. So it is just there as a reminder. Don't ever underestimate what God is doing. The same way God created me, the only difference between me and my child is that I'm grown and this child is small and it's still young. But God still uses them. Don't ever underestimate. They can also do exploits, wonders, and great things. So do not underestimate it. Do not underestimate their powers. That is number 8. Number 9, teach them and discipline them. And most of the time, we as parents, we are forgetting to teach our children. We only remember to discipline them. In order for us to discipline, before we discipline, we need to teach and then discipline. But then we are just remembering to discipline. We must teach the children and teach them. Put rules that are, or teach them things that are making sense. Do not just portray what you want, or do not just want to live your life or your missed life through their lives. No, teach them what is right, what is noble, what is acceptable, what is worthy from God, and then they will follow the ways of God. Number 10, I just said we will discuss about 9, but I want to add number 10. Number 10, always pray for your children. They say that a family that prays together stays together. People that pray together stays together. If you don't pray for your children, chances are that your children will lose it in life or they will miss it in life. You must constantly, consistently, continuously pray for your children. If we don't pray for our children will never ever go anywhere, right? And the other tip that I also wanted to add is, most of the time we think that we are good parents by just giving our children what they want or what we think they want. No, children don't just need the sweets, the good stuff, the nice things, the toys, the sweets, the ice cream, stuff like that. They need your love. They need your presence. They need you. Children actually need you. They don't need the good stuff. They don't need what money can buy. They need to be taught. The best thing that you can give to your child right now is to teach them between the good and the bad, the right and the wrong. Not to give them money, not to buy them bicycles, not to throw them fancy parties. Yes, you can do that. If you are able to, you can do that. But that's not the form of buying the children's love. That's not the way of telling your child that you love them. You need to show them that you love them. So thank you very much if you have watched thus far, and if you have been listening all to all the things that I've talked about, please let's discuss in the comment section below what else we can add on parenting, because parenting is no easy game. It is very difficult. Being entrusted with somebody else's life is not easy game at all. You need to take responsibility for this person, you need to care for this person, you need to clock for this person, you need to literally do everything. It is something that God has entrusted us with, someone else's life that God has entrusted us with, and it's not easy. Sometimes it does not come with a manual, and it's very difficult for you to handle or you to navigate things through. But it's always good to get information and explore things. That way, if you explore things, you would know what is better, and you will also judge the information you are getting and just take what suits you and leave what does not suit you. So thank you very much if you've watched thus far, and please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and see you in the next one. Bye. Child. You see, most of the time, well, most of the Okay, let me stop playing and let me get serious with my YouTube studio. Okay, studio is okay, let me not get distracted.